Hey, okay, cool. How's it going? Okay, so if you don't know what Ionic is, Ionic adds sugar to Cordova. They have an awesome page. Cordova, by the way, another question I have. Like, wow, that's huge. Okay, that's all right. I'll remember this. Okay, cool. Okay, but if anyone's trying to use Cordova, raise your hand if you know what Cordova is. Okay, everyone know, raise your hand if you know what PhoneGap is. Okay, cool. So I believe Cordova is what PhoneGap is now called, but everything still says PhoneGap, unlike everything. So just search for PhoneGap, and then just tell me Cordova. I think that's the newest one. Correct. Just yell out if I'm wrong, by the way, for anyone who's doing it full time or something. Okay, so we're doing this Ionic framework's really nice because one's kind of got a whole bunch of Angular stuff kind of built in for you to use it right away, and it makes your app look pretty like a mobile app right away. I have one right here that I'm working on. Slide. Okay, here we go. It says Alex personal build key. Okay, so I need to work on that obviously because it doesn't fit all in there. But it's obviously here to help me do personal goals or something of that nature. But it seems to know my name. I mean, I obviously am programming it, so I could just write my name in there and just write it just for me or something, which, I mean, you can do that, right? You're a programmer, so you can do anything you want. But no, it's Facebook integrated a little bit, and it grabs how many friends I have and my name from the Facebook API using a plugin. The plugin doesn't have to integrate with native things, but I think it was a good example of using something that's supposed to use like the more native style API or whatever, and then integrating it into Ionic, which also the Facebook plugin is a Cordova plugin, and so I got to write a little service doohickey to interface between the two. So, but here we go. So, in case you haven't seen Ionic before, this is probably a better part of the talk anyways, just that way you know to go check it out. But look at that. I didn't do any of that. It's for free, so it's pretty great. That was so easy. Real quick, and then you can slide. Yeah, so I didn't have to write any of that, which was awesome. So I got to go right away. They have a whole built-in card API, and I really am a fan of the card UI factor, form factor, whatever this is called. This is what I like when I see apps, and I would like my app to look like that as well. Okay, so let's go take a look at the Facebook plugin just a little bit and see, I don't know, how this might get added to your project. Code, okay, hold on, very slow. Quit, okay. So the Ionic also has a really nice looking CLI, which is kind of cool. So it tells you all the things you can do right off the bat. It also has things kind of laid out already in a sensible manner. There's the www directory, etc. All your code, obviously, it goes inside the www directory. We'll show some of that momentarily. And then your different platform-specific stuff kind of ends up between these platforms folders. If we go and else inside platforms, and some of this is Cordova, some of this is Ionic. I believe this is all Cordova at this point in time, but I could be wrong because I kind of played with Cordova. I found it difficult to use, and then I switched to Ionic, which kind of just slathered a whole bunch of sugar right over the top, and it was really nice. So now I don't know the difference. All right, so we can see it offers nice. It's at least front-ending most of your Cordova calls in the event that you would like to add a plugin. For example, the Facebook plugin. I've already looked around, and in the very specific case where you're writing a Cordova application, you would like to use Facebook, it is my opinion, after trying out a few plugins, that the right plugin to use is WizCore /PhoneGap Facebook plugin. After trying them all, this is the one that I got to work, so I would recommend it based on that. So, welcome. All right, but what kind of turned me off to this one and made me go try all the other ones first was the fact that it doesn't just load in via whatever, an NPM call or whatever. You have to grab the GitHub project and then drop it down and then directly link against it, which sounds like, oh, I don't want to go do that. I have to directly link against something. I have to go download it. Oh, no. I'd rather just NPM just do that for me. I feel like if I had to go do that, then they must be doing it wrong. But they have reasons at the top about why they had to do that. But anyways, I still say this is the right plugin to use. And as such, I'll now show you the one, and like it's right at the bottom too. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, here we go. Scroll to the bottom. Oh no, too far. Oh man, okay. It's at the top. What have I done? Okay, yeah, so obviously there's several guides here, but you do need to link against it directly in order to do the iOS thing, and obviously we would all like it to work on all of the platforms, or Android and iOS at least. So after you download it, you go run this command that they tell you right there in the docs, so just follow the docs, you'll be fine. Okay, cool. So try out Ionic, it's awesome. When you want to go Facebook integrate, this is the right plugin, even though it tells you to go download it. Okay, so I've given you people information, experience vicariously. Okay. Okay, so anyways, let's continue, and I'll show you how the plugin looks, and I hope to also show you some data coming out of it. Okay. Alright, so www.js. Welcome to my world. So, in order to make life easy for dealing with this plugin, because obviously I would like everything to pretend to be Angular at least, there is now a slight wrapper. It was pretty easy, so it doesn't even, we don't even need to focus on making sure that everything works in Angular right away. We can just write a quick service around it. It's not a big deal, and so remember that too when you're trying out things. Unless Angular isn't cool anymore, are we all using like some other framework now? Or? Meteor. Okay, cool. Dojo. Oh yeah, Dojo. Yeah. I haven't tried it. I'm okay. So when you use this plugin, you basically need to just make sure that you're logged in. If you're not logged in, you need to log in. It's also it'll get you if you just decide, oh, I'll just always log in, and it'll just auto-handle that for me. It gets a little upset, so you need to at least check to see if the current device thinks it's logged into Facebook, then utilize that token for all future Facebook interactions. That's why I just said my name over here, because I had already logged in. All right. I don't really have a whole lot else to say. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the actual object that came back, right? That's useful? That's useful. Okay. All right, so after we've wrapped it all in this API, in a little API thing that just basically goes and calls the plugin and gives whatever random path you want with these permissions that I've given. Now we can use it. Okay, cool. Let's go into the debugger and snag a breakpoint. By the way, another amazing thing that I didn't know, but maybe anybody who's a mobile developer would know right off the bat, you can totally link the Safari browser into your iOS emulator, and it's just like, it's right there. It's not a big deal at all, which was awesome. And to do that, oh my gosh, I'm doing so hot here. Okay, cool. To do that, there's like this develop button, and there's iOS emulator right here. But in order to enable that, you have to go into preferences and set it. All right, but it's totally possible, super easy. If you just knew about it, and now you know about it. I learned about it at this other thing where a couple people were there at the Angular JS thing, so now that information is also shared. Let us see what the object looks like when it finally comes back. So I'll ask about me, ask my name, and how many friends I have. It was 463 earlier. After this presentation, it may be different. Okay, I'm going to go trigger a live reload because that's way easier than any other options at this point. Sorry. All right, cool. Okay, let's go look at the object that comes back. Just that way you get a little taste of the Facebook API. Oh, and I want to show you, there's a little bit of red tape around the Facebook API, so you should get ahead of that And also you need a graphic artist like immediately in order to get extra features because they want an icon set before they give you anything. Well, more than just very basic stuff. So this is what I can get right now, at least. And so it just tells me my number of friends and my name. If I was better with the Facebook API, I'm sure I could grab more, but I'm not at this time. I'm working on it though. There we go. The objects, I'm sure they all look a lot like that. So let us now take a quick look at what all happens on the Facebook page. In order to do Facebook, okay. You go to developers.facebook.com. Do not try to navigate there from facebook.com. Just go to developers.facebook.com. Also, just start filling out as much stuff as you can right away about your application. What are you guys laughing at? All these exclamation points or what? I don't even know what that one was about. That's bad. Okay. So, yes. When you're working on the application, just start making everything right away because they don't want to give you a whole lot of features right away. So, and then they'll say, okay, you need an icon at least, and you need a URL to your privacy policy. So they really want you to be totally legit before they let you have a whole lot of permissions. I guess that's pretty fair, but it's also upsetting sometimes when you just want to try things out. There you go. And that is all I have. Happy lightning talk.